What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to some more Littleroot laddering. So, as we talked about on the podcast yesterday, we are playing Karibo's undefeated team from the Rumble last week. So, pretty excited to actually get to play this. We got White Herb Garchomp, Weakness Policy Moltres. Not really surprised by that one. Focus Sash Alolan Ninetales with Aurora Veil, of course, so we can potentially set screens so we can go real bulky. Which, next to Moltres and Garchomp and, like, Celesteela here sounds real good. Aguav Berry Ensign with Taunt Parting Shot. Big fan of that set. Real big fan, because, otherwise I feel like we might struggle a little bit against, like, Trick Room, but being able to just get a Taunt off seems, really appealing. And then we have Lightning Rod Raichu holding on to that Citrus Berry. I talked about this on the podcast a little bit yesterday. I love Eerie Impulse on Raichu, and I am very excited to see how this plays out. And of course, the thing on this team that really stands out is we have a Saltfest Celesteela. So this is a really good Dynamax target on this team. In the Rumble, I played against Josh, and my team did not have an answer to Celesteela, and so he Dynamaxed it on turn 1 both games, and I very promptly lost. So, the extra support that we get from Assault Vest just means so much extra bonus of defenses, and is going to catch people off guard, especially with how offensive this Celesteela is. So, let's hop onto the ladder today and see what we can do, and if we can potentially catch some more people off guard like I did. Like, I was caught off guard playing against this. So, let's see what we can do here. Get this all loaded up. Alright, there we go. Now we play the waiting game for half a second. I'm excited. This team looks really fun. I'm very excited to play with some very unique mons, such as Alolan Ninetales, and of course, Raichu probably might see a comeback here in Series 9, especially when we're pairing it next to both Moltres and Celesteela, so we just really get to abuse Lightning Rod. Alright, first team of the day. We have Whimsicott, Dracovish, Cinderace, Thundurus, Duraludon, and Spectre. So this is super hyper offensive. So how do we want to play this? What does our speed on Ninetales get to? 177, so Cinderace, especially since they're going to get a Tailwind up because we don't have a way of stopping that on Whimsicott. But I don't see a reason we don't set screens here. I think that's actually a really good idea. The question is how do they disrupt that? And honestly, I'm not really seeing anything immediately up front here that would threaten setting screens. Do we want Moltres? We could do Instant Raichu up front, get a fake out off into the Whimsicott and taunt it. That gets punished by Thundurus on the lead. Which I think I want Ninetales and Celesteela for. I don't hate this. Seems okay as a potential lead. Could also leave Celesteela at home and bring Garchomp, and I actually think I like that a little more. Just because otherwise Cinderace kind of just beats up the Celesteela, I think. So let's find out what we got going on here. I'm anticipating Whimsicott plus. Okay, this is just Thundurus Cinderace. This leads really bad for us. Because we are, of course, going to intimidate the Thundurus, and that's not great. Please don't show me Defiant. Dang it. Okay. No, this is kind of fine. Obviously, it's not ideal, but it's fine. So I think the play here. I think they're going to Dynamax this Thundurus, so I'm just going to Parting Shot off of the Cinderace. And go for a Nuzzle into the Thundurus. Actually going to withdraw the Cinderace. Okay. Gonna bring out that Whimsicott. Okay. Not the greatest play for us. seeing how we're parting shot into a Whimsicott, but you know, whatever, it's fine. It really is a good switch on our opponent's end, though, just being able to get rid of that attack drop on the Cinderace. So, but hopefully there's a Knuckle, presumably into Incin. Yep, just immediately punish me. That's fine. Gonna get that attack boost. And the Life Orb. Okay. So Nuzzle is going to go off. Going to do a little bit. I am so dumb. I'm so dumb. We can't paralyze. I've been playing older gens the last couple days, and you can paralyze electric types in those games. So it's like, okay, that's not something we can do here. So, oops. This is fine, though. We can bring out Ninetales. And we can go for... Man, I really kind of just want a Blizzard here. But I really think we need to get Aurora Veil off. The problem is like they're just going to Tailwind plus... probably blow up Ninetales. So I actually think Blizzard is probably appropriate this turn. And I'm going to Volt Switch off of the Thundurus here. We're not in a great position. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. And they just correctly identify that they don't need the extra speed here. They can just double into Ninetales. Yeah, this is really well played on our opponent's end, and super poorly played on mine, if you want the honest truth. So that's probably gonna be game. Had we led Celesteela, like Celesteela Raichu seems okay here. Like now we get to bring out Garchomp. Like this isn't awful. Obviously we're going to Dynamax Garchomp and try to take out this Thundurus this turn. I'm going to break a potential Sash on Whimsicott. But, like, now the problem is they are going to be faster than us because they've already got 1 speed boost. They're at +2 attack. Yeah, this isn't great for us. Not going to lie to y'all. We'll go for the Fake Out into the Whimsicott. And we'll just go for the Rockfall into Thundurus. Try to pick up a KO, but I'm not optimistic about this. Let's see. So rethinking this, how do we actually beat this hyper offensive start? Like, is Thundurus enough to deter us from bringing Incin at all? Because it lines up really well against Dracovish. It lines up well against Cinderace. So, like, I think there's justification to bring it. There's the Airstream, presumably into Garchomp, which we barely take. Gonna give them that speed boost they so desperately want. Question is this enough? And follow up, do they have anything that can actually deal with us in the end game? So we do pick up the KO there. Change from Hail to Sand. Let's chip away at the Whimsicott here. Chip away at Raichu. They have Sucker Punch on... They have Sucker Punch on Cinderace. I think we're probably game over. Go for a Nuzzle into the Cinderace. And we will go for a Rockfall, I guess. Yeah, Moonblast probably is just enough to take us out. It is. Okay. So we're dead. I don't see a way that little old Raichu is going to be able to pull us back into this one. All right, Raichu. In you I trust. Question is it going to be enough? I'm going to say no. But there's only one way to find out, right? Like, I mean, we're dead because they just Moonblast because Whimsicott is faster than us. So, yeah, you know, not a great showing. And, like, I think they actually had Celesteela covered really well on the lead as well because, like, Thundurus and Cinderace both put on pressure against it. So maybe our best lead is just, like, Garchomp. What if we do, like, Garchomp plus... it's a Salt Vest race. Interesting. Controller, please. I don't know what's going on, but this is like the second or third time this week this has happened. There we go. Life Orb. Weakness policy. Do they have a way of actually triggering that? Oh, there's Bulldoze. Interesting. Yeah, that could have actually been a real big problem for us, too. So I'm trying to think what we could have done. With the lead of Cinderace plus Thundurus, what do we do? I like the idea of, like, Garchomp. Garchomp actually seems really good on that lead. The question is, what do we pair it with? And I like Ninetales, but then, like, they just double into Ninetales and pick up the KO on it. But that means Garchomp goes unscathed, I guess. I'm not entirely sure. Not entirely sure what I should have done. On paper, that seems difficult, but in reality, I'm sure there's a solution that I'm just not seeing. Man, a second Duraludon, second Thundurus. Got Rillaboom, Koko, Hawlucha, and Comfey here. So this could be a couple different things this could be doing. This could be weakness policy on Hawlucha. Could also be any of the seeds to trigger Unburden. Could also just be like value Comfey here for like taunt, floral healing. Like I don't see any reason. The only thing I see the Comfey doing is triggering policy on Hawlucha. Nothing else there really makes sense. Probably Assault Vest, Duraludon, Life Orb, Thundurus, Miracle Seed, maybe Screens on Koko. Could also be Life Orb there. I'm thinking I like the idea of Celesteela here, but I think I need Raichu to back it up. Could also just do... What if we do Ninetales Celesteela up front with Raichu and Garchomp in the back? Moltres actually seems really appealing here. What if we leave Garchomp and bring Moltres? I think that leaves us a little too weak to Koko and Thundurus. And this gives us an potential answer to Duraludon, Koko. Hawlucha we have Celesteela for. Rillaboom we have Celesteela. Yeah, we have a few different answers. I'm fine with this lead, I think. If they lead like Koko plus Thundurus or some combination of that, we can always switch in Raichu. And it is going to be Koko Thundurus. Okay. There's the Electric Surge from the Koko. Tells me Koko's faster than Ninetales. That's good to note. There's our Snow Warning. I could see them just doubling into Ninetales this turn, which would, of course, not be very good for us. I'm just going to go into Raichu here. And I'm just going to immediately Rockfall into... Yeah, let's just Rockfall into Thundurus here. Try to take this out before it gets to really set up and punish us. Now the question is it Prankster or is it Defiant? I think with them leading it, it tells me they're probably Defiant. And they're trying to incentivize us to not want to switch into Ensign, which obviously we didn't bring. Because Ensign actually lines up pretty okay against them. Pending that Coco's physical could also be... Could have physical Coco, could be... Of course, they have Rillaboom, Hawlucha, Thundurus here. So, like, they have a bunch of physical attackers. So, Intimidate seems really good. And, of course, that means that Defiant is really good. Of course, Thundurus is faster than us. And, of course, I think Thundurus is the bigger threat of these two. Not saying Coco isn't a potential problem. Could be like Electro Web. I think Electro Web is kind of likely here off of the Coco. I'm just gonna taunt into my Raichu. Okay. There's the Max Lightning. Okay, that's really good for us. Opponent did not read the switch to Raichu there. That's pretty good for us. Making them stall out a turn of their Dynamax. There's the Rockfall. Gonna do okay damage, all things considered. Alright, Coco is faster than Raichu. That's good to note. I think this turn I want to take Coco out. So what if we just Fake Out plus... Fake Out plus Steel Spike seems okay. Because that's also going to give us a defense boost against the Thundurus here. They're going to withdraw the Coco. Going to bring in the Duraludon. Actually, really good switch. Good switch there. Opponent has played this alright so far. There's the Airstream, presumably... Like, it doesn't really matter where this goes. It's not doing a lot. There's a speed boost. Gonna put this down to Citrus Berry. Gonna eat that up. So now we can live another one. If they have Knuckle, it's not great for us because we're probably in Knuckle range. Man, that does a ton. Way more than I anticipated. Celesteela, you kinda putting in work over here. Leftovers Duraludon. Interesting. I could just Eerie Impulse into Duraludon just to really shut off its damage output, but I don't think it's actually going to do anything. Good Volt Switch plus Rockfall into Thundurus, try to pick up a KO on it and just ignore the Duraludon for now. That would also give Celesteela a boost, a beast boost. Could also just stay in and nuzzle. I think going for the Volt Switch seems okay though. This will guarantee the KO. Based on the damage output, opponent, what are you doing here, buddy? You saw how this worked the first time. So now I can go into... Let's go into the good old Garchomp. Gonna put a ton of pressure on both Duraludon and want them to not switch into Coco here. Body press into my Garchomp. It does okay damage. Gonna get the Rough Skin trigger though, so that's alright. And there is the Rockfall KO. Alright. So their Dynamax was basically useless in all actuality. We get a Beast Boost on Celesteela. I'm feeling okay so far. Feeling alright so far. There's the Coco again. Could be... I think Dazzling Gleam is pretty likely this turn. So we could just Protect plus Flash Cannon into the Coco. Try to pick up a KO on it. Opponent concurs that this is over. I definitely don't think they were out of it. I think we were getting ready to start snowballing. Just because, like, I think Celesteela probably picks up the KO on Coco that turn. And then from there, like, we have a +2, a +2 Celesteela. And it's a 4v2 at that point. So, feeling all right about that. I definitely think opponent had a chance to come back into it, though. Alright, last one of the day. We got Blastoise, Indeedee, Landorus, Eliki, Glastrier, and Dusclops. Could lead Indeedee, Dusclops, get Trick Room set up, bring in Glastrier. How do we beat a Glastrier? I seem real weak to it, unless we just bring Ensign. Ensign actually seems really good, seeing how they don't have anything to actually, like, prevent us from just Parting Shot and Intimidate and all that nonsense. So the problem is if they bring in Indeedee, like, I want to lead Ensign Raichu to prevent the potential Trick Room on turn 1, but if they bring in Indeedee, then we're not being able to do that because we can't Fake Out. Celesteela seems really good here. The question is, how do we back it up? I think I like Ninetales, Celesteela, Raichu, Ensign here. I feel like we're really lacking on damage output then. I think this is fine. They could Follow Me plus Shell Smash on Blastoise, which is kind of whatever. We're just going to set Aurora Veil then, and then what do they do? Like, Blastoise is not going to deal any amount of damage behind screens. Yeah, it is going to be Indeedee Blastoise here. Pretty okay with this. I don't see any way for them to prevent us from setting up Aurora Veil. And with us being Assault Vest on Celesteela, I feel really good. And then I really want to... Could Airstream. I kind of want to Flare this turn. Because that means their Cannonade's going to do severely less damage next turn. Also kind of want to get an Airstream off. But I don't think Airstream's actually going to be that effective this turn. Especially since they are most likely just going to go for the Shell Smash here. And, like, because they're not putting on pressure on us here, we get our free Aurora Veil, which is just phenomenal. Just absolutely phenomenal for us. So here comes Celesteela once again. Moltres could have been really good in this position as well, because then we could, like, Nasty Plot plus Aurora Veil this turn. And then, like, sure, Blastoise will outspeed us next turn, but we're at +2. Yeah, there's the Follow Me. There's our Aurora Veil. So the question is, are you Life Orb or are you Mental Herb? Reading into the Mental Herb, we could have switched into Incineroar to eat it up, and then they'd be at -1 defenses. Okay, they are not Mental Herb. Alright, so Sun is set. Aurora Veil is up. Celesteela is impenetrable. I'm going to bring out Raichu this turn. So I want to fire off an Eerie Impulse into Blastoise. I'm going to Airstream into the Whimsicott this turn. Get that speed boost on Raichu. Now that we have screens up, it's not going to do a lot. And if they want to Dynamax to get the residual damage started, then it's just not going to do really anything. Ninetales is going to come out. Raichu's going to go in. They're not going to Dynamax. Are they going for a second Shell Smash here? No, they're just going to go for Water Spout. Interesting read. Interesting play there. Citrus is going to trigger on the Raichu. And there's our Airstream. Not quite enough to pick up the KO on Ndidi, which is unfortunate. That means... What does that mean this turn? Means I can Nuzzle... What is our speed now? So we're at 178 times 1.5 was going to be 269? 267. Which I'm not sure if that outspeeds Blastoise. So this is really unfortunate because I want to Eerie Impulse this turn. I believe we got in. Okay, they're going to Dynamax this turn. So we're going to pick up the KO on Ndidi, and then we're going to get another speed boost. I really need Raichu to live this turn. And seeing how we took the Water Spout, I'm not sure if we do. Especially since they're going for a Helping Hand. So we actually could have... nuzzled or Eerie Impulsed into the Blastoise this turn. Yeah, there's the Cannonade. Please don't do a ton. Raichu does go down. Unfortunate, but I think that's kind of fine. So there's the Airstream. Blastoise doesn't really take that all too well. And now Celesteela is at +2 as well. There's the residual. So now we can go back into Ninetales. I shouldn't have gone into Ninetales actually, because this is going to reset the weather. And now they're going to do more. There's Eliki. Yeah, I think bringing in Ninetales here was incorrect. Yeah, they really needed to take out Raichu so Eliki can come in. So we'll go for Blizzard. And we'll go for... Oh, we really don't have a good way of hitting this Blastoise. I really want a Meteor Beam, but we just can't. So I guess we just Flamethrower, guarantee the KO on the Eliki this turn. And there's the Electro Web. Celesteela avoids, so that's good. Unfortunately, Ninetales does not, and that's kind of the one I wanted to avoid it. The question is, where is this candidate going? I would like it to be Celesteela. It is not, it is Ninetales. Eliki takes Hail. Blastoise takes Hail. Celesteela takes Hail. I think I gave up Raichu too early this game. And I think that's going to potentially cost us. We know this is special because I really needed to get the Eerie Impulse off. And I just was not able to. I was anticipating another Follow Me just to guarantee the Blastoise goes healthy, but so we'll fake out the Elekey. I guess we just go for Air Slash into the Stoise and hope that's enough. It might be correct to instead take out the Elekey this turn and then hope Celesteela can 1v2 a very damaged Blastoise plus whatever they have as their last. Which I don't hate, especially since then we'd be at +1. The problem is we're very quickly running out of screens turns. Yeah, they're going to protect Elekey, so I'm really glad we didn't double into it. Oh, I'm also an idiot. I forgot Psychic Terrain is up. So yeah, I just gave up Instant for literally nothing here. They actually go into a Celesteela. Well, that's definitely going to be game then. Because I expected Celesteela to take that a little better. But base 150 cannonades do in fact hurt. Yep, so unfortunately Instin's not going to be able to do anything now that screens are gone. The fact that they have 2 mons that are faster than us. Like I think this game was over when I lost Raichu. I think had we kept Raichu around, we could have potentially won this. Which means we probably just give up Ninetales on turn 2 instead of bringing in Raichu. I don't think bringing in Raichu actually accomplishes anything there, but you know, that's fine. Like, we live and learn. We learned quite a bit today, and you know, we went 1 and 2, but ultimately I'm still trying to get a feel of everything going on with this team, and it'll be all right. We'll figure it out, and hopefully by the end of the week we'll be masters with it, and it'll pull us into the high ranks, and it'll be all right. But that is going to do it today, everyone. I did not mean to bring up another battle, so you're going to get a little screen here, there, I don't know. But I want to throw this rental code up one more time. So let me reconnect and do all that stuff real quick, because I don't know what I'm doing. You all know that. Let's get this rental code thrown up one more time for everybody. And yeah, go check this out. Go check out Karibo on Twitch. His channel will be down in the show notes. And yeah, have a wonderful day, everyone. We will be back later in the week with some more Littleroot laddering. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we'll see you then. Have a good one. Peace.